Alright, strap yourselves in, you legends, because this movie kicks off with never-before scenes. It's bloody Adolf rocking up in South America after losing World War II like it's a casual Bunnings snag run. Ach, mein Waterfall, mate. Old mate took the Hindenburg Express all the way down under. I've been telling you for years he's been hiding out sipping Caprianas in the jungle. And then we meet this little cobber, who's absolutely fascist-nated with it all. Yeah, you heard me. Guten Tag, ich heiße Charles from now on. Adolf even brought his dogs with him. You can't hate an animal lover like that, can you, lads? Now, our little cobber is absolutely loving this propaganda. Next thing you know, boom! Arms up like he's hailing a bloody taxi. Alright, lads, I present you a gay kangaroo. Ooh. Now, no one's buying what Charles is selling.
No way, Jose.
Gay kangaroos? Mate, that's about as believable as a vegan tradie. They rip his picture down, tell him to bugger off, and next thing you know, now I will go to the Venezuela and find the gay kangaroo. Our little cobber is cooked. He's gone full tinfoil hat mode. He sees this old house and he's like, oi, stuff gay kangaroos, I'm making a gay house instead. He heads inside and finds himself a little lady who's just a little fascist like him. It's love at first sight, boys. Oi, mate, looking for a gay house? She's pinning him down and I'm all here for it. Lads, these two are head over bloody heels. Carl's so keen he literally falls for her, snaps his arm, and before you know it, they're reading Mein Waterfalls together. They're dreaming of a freaking house on the top of a mountain near waterfalls.
What the fuck?
Man, this really was a kids' movie because no one in their right minds would want to get there. Plumbing, Macca's delivery, Wi-Fi to argue with strangers on Reddit, all one big pile of shit to arrange. Absolute nightmare. But do they care? Not a bloody bit. They go all in. Wedding bells. Buying that shithole of a house and turning it uber grey. No one should be paying any property taxes on that abomination, and they know it. They've done it on purpose. They're getting all lovey-dovey. Wait, what? Bloke's job is to sell balloons? In what economy could you buy a house with that gig? Even in 1920, that career path's about as stable as a three-legged emu. They're never gonna get their gay house at Mein Waterfalls with that setup. Lucky for them, Ellie's got a gay parrot. Then as they're watching clouds, Carl is dropping romantic one-liners. Hey Ellie, wanna get cream pied? I'd love me a cream pie all over me. My man's taking action. They're creating a baby room and raw dogging that baby factory day in, day out. No pulling out, no half-medges. But then bloody plot twist, the factory's broken. All the sperm cannon is shooting blanks. Uh-oh. So instead of cranking out a future balloon salesman, they decide, bugger it, let's save up for that house on Mein Waterfalls instead. Bit late for that financial planning, but hey, you do you, legends. They keep failing at saving up because apparently their gay cottage is not covered for being gaped by a big wooden stick falling through the roof. But do they let that stop them? Nah, mate. We cut to a montage of Carl wearing about 10 bloody ties, each one symbolising another year closer to becoming a relic of the past. Dead set, at this point, is it a tie or a noose? Because those years just got yeeted faster than a Woolies discount on meat pies. Anyhow, Carl's still flogging balloons, raw dogging his missus, and life couldn't be better until he looks at this giant painting they made like 50 years ago and suddenly remembers their dream.
What?
Mate, no shot. This thing is literally in their living room. You're telling me they didn't clock it every single day? Nah, mate. Either Carl's got memory loss, or this is the most selective attention span I've ever seen.
I don't recall.
But too late. Ellie's already as crook as a dog. The doc hooks her up to an IV, trying to get rid of all the cock juice Carl's been blasting in her system for decades. But nah, she's done for. Ellie hands Carl her adventure Playboy, tells him to go on the adventure without her, and dies. Carl doesn't even honour her by pulling up to her funeral blasting Fetty Whip on the JBL speaker. What a buzzkill. After Ellie's death, Carl's life is just like his balls. Empty as hell, mate. And just when he's trying to vibe with his grief, the city rolls in with some big urbanisation bullshit. Youngsters need a place to live, old man. Construction blokes start harassing him about property taxes, and Carl's like, oi, what do you mean a gay house isn't an exemption anymore? So, he takes matters into his own wrinkly hands. Oi, white man, whoever holds this megaphone next is gay. I'm not gay.
Why did you tell him our secret?
Ah, my balls. I'd love to. Next thing you know, bang, bang, bang! Someone's knocking on Carl's door, and it ain't the construction guy coming to his balls. It's some scouting bugger that needs to help satisfy an old man's needs. Well, Carl, he's not having any of it. He tries to shoo the little shit away like me girl Sheila the Juggernaut protecting her skinniest friend at the bar. She's not interested, old sport. But our little bugger won't take a hint. So Carl, in true boomer logic, tells him to piss off and go find that gay kangaroo instead. And off the kid goes. Meanwhile, the construction blokes are back and they absolutely obliterate the old man's mailbox. in true American fashion, Carl resorts to violence to solve anyone trying to take his property. Just like that, Blake wallops Sam Bankman-Fried looking ass on the head. Sam's bleeding like he's just been hit by a life sentence in jail. Legendary! Sad news for Carl is that the city officials will be foreclosing on his house for his unpaid property taxes. But Carl's like, nah mate, this ain't the house no more, it's a bloody gay airplane from now on. And somehow, within a day, this man, who earlier struggled to get out of bed without cracking a hip, suddenly turns into an elite aviation engineer. Guess he's pretty good at blowing. He takes his gay airplane and he is off, all the way to mine waterfalls to make Ellie's dreams come true. What a lad. You don't see romance like that now time anymore. People won't even commit to a full text reply, let alone lifting an entire house across continents. Speaking of romance, Russell's back, knocking on a door like a Jehovah's Witness that just won't piss off. And what does he want? To bust a nut.
That sounded naughty.
Carl thinks for a moment and then drops this bomb.
Right, you can come.
Cheeky old bastard. Russell starts rummaging around the house like he's searching for a free-to-air sports channel.
Gay kangaroos, mate. You're obsessed with them.
Ugh, don't touch that. Carl hits the mute button on his ears as Russell keeps yapping away. No worries, because suddenly, boom! A storm appears and it's guiding them straight to mine waterfalls. The two land and decide to walk the house all the way over to the stupidest location where Ellie wanted the house. She definitely wasn't an urban planner, because that's still the stupidest decision ever. Can't keep saying it enough. While they're walking the house, we see some scary dogs chasing a poor old dark creature. Cut back to Russell taking a dump in the bushes.
Ah, you dirty bastard.
Russell, being an absolute unit of a sicko, wraps up his own turd like it's a Ferrero Rocher and starts eating it. But guess what? He's not the only one keen for a bite. It's the gay kangaroo!
Wow.
They start doing some mating call, which is weird as hell, mate. I swear to God, if this whole movie is about old men forming questionable relationships with animals, I'm out. Anyhow, they continue their journey of walking the house while Russell keeps feeding the gay kangaroo his shit chocolate. Kangaroo is not the type to be a bottom, that's for sure. Then, they meet this dog.
Sheik. Uh-huh. Speak.
The dog starts spurring some slurs until the gay kangaroo is there to put a stop to it.
Ooh, yeah, daddy.
Little doggo wants to dominate the gay kangaroo and keep him as a prisoner, but no one is letting that happen. So everyone just continues on their path. Old man tries to get rid of the dog and kangaroo, but there's a freaking house attached to his back. You're not losing anyone with that, mate. Russell starts pitching a tent and is harder than ever. Look at him fling that cocksock all the way to Narnia. Here we learn that Russell has daddy issues, cause bloke's dad went to get milk.
Will you be my daddy? Just cuddle me, daddy.
Our kangaroo wakes up first the next day and starts doing another mating call again, but the only ones answering were doggies. Lads, he was calling out for doggy style. The doggos start swarming them until the man shows up to stop him. Plot twist, it's the Fuhrer again.
Hi, Charles. I brought you a little boy as a gift, honey.
Uh-huh.
The Fuhrer and Carl take the little boy to the Hindenburg blimp. Here it becomes obvious that the Fuhrer also has a weird relationship with animals. Mate, I told ya, this entire movie is just old men with weird fetishes. They serve the boy some dinner first to make him feel at home. But before they can get to the welcoming ceremony, the Fuhrer starts going off again on the gay kangaroo. The little boy says he's got the gay kangaroo in his pocket by luring him with his shit chocolate. Carl interrupts and says the gay kangaroo likes girls now. The Fuhrer is not having any of it and tells them it's impossible. He kills anyone that's not gay. English or Spanish?
Baby, you got something in your nose.
Carl and Russell manage to leg it before the Fuhrer can eliminate them. The gay kangaroo picks them up and the golden retriever helps them escape. The gay kangaroo gets bit in the leg and acts like it's the end of the world. Our two blokes start bonding over some absolutely meaningless bullshit, but before they can track down the legendary gay kangaroo brothel, guess who rocks up? The Fuhrer! Pal sets Carl's house on fire, takes the gay kangaroo, and yeets himself off to Argentina again, ready to salvage his name. Russell blames Carl for choosing his house instead of a gay kangaroo, and Carl blames the dog. Come on, mate, that's a hit below the belt. Can't blame the dog like that. Carl completes his life mission by putting his gay house on mine waterfalls without any Wi-Fi, plumbing, or electricity. At least he's not paying property taxes anymore, so he's happy. He sighs, sits down in his cuck chair and opens the adventure Playboy Ellie left him. Mate, are you serious? This man stared at that giant painting every single day and never clocked it. Now he's opening the one book she left him after all these years? This man didn't appreciate his missus till it was too late. Classic. Just when he's about to go full sentimental mode, he realizes his next adventure is to be satisfied by the little boy. But the little fella is already blowing himself.
Get your fat ass back here.
Carl decides to trash his gay house and make it fly again, littering all their shit over this once beautiful and peaceful waterfall. Because when in doubt, pollute the environment. Just like his Führer, he decides to let the dog in through the front door and lick him everywhere. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Meanwhile, Russell bursts through the window of the Führer and is tied down by his dogs. Take his pants off! Russell tries to hit him with the Uno reverse, but that's not happening. I'm taking you to my bedroom.
No, Jeffrey, no!
Before the Führer can get to work, he sees Carl showing up like a World War II Spitfire, ready to engage in a dogfight. Suddenly, Carl turns into Superman and is able to glide down his garden hose to save Russell. This old man is really ahead of himself, lads. He's just been sitting inside after his wife died. Next thing you know, he's able to carry his house with ease, and now he's gliding it like it's nothing. He saves the little boy, stores him in his house to use later, and infiltrates the Hindenburg Zeppelin, crawling through all the Führer's dark shafts. Yeah, I don't like that wording either. He uses his balls to trick the dogs and saves the gay kangaroo. While this is going on, the little boy falls out of the house, grabs the hose and puts himself on show for the Führer like it's the red light district. The dogs get ready to engage in a dogfight and take the boy and his hose down. They miss all their shots like they're my teammates in a game of COD. Now the Führer and Carl engage in a sword fight, but not the type you've been expecting. Now suddenly these two old men can't lift their swords anymore, when before they were superhuman. Talk about some Sydney level bullshit. The Zeppelin starts losing control, the old men are fighting, and so are the dogs. Stepdog, I'm stuck. Doug the dog becomes the alpha, Russell fights off the dog fighting dogs, and the Führer finds one of his old shooters and starts blasting at the gay house. Mate, how is the Zeppelin still in the air? There is a literal house hanging off one side of it. I'm not a physicist, but this doesn't check out. Not my problem either way. The Führer meets his fate, the gay kangaroo is saved, and the gay house is littering even more in the pristine jungle. What an absolute waste, lad. They drop off the gay kangaroo at his gay brothel, and he immediately clocks in for work. Russell gets his badge after satisfying an old man. The old man gives him an even bigger honour. I hereby crown you the BJ King. They park the Hindenburg blimp somewhere before setting it on fire, and the movie concludes with the gay house on mine waterfalls. Sure, mate, like that really happened and didn't fall apart. I rate this movie 9 out of 10.